Thank you, Darrell and American University of Sovereign Nations for providing this opportunity time and again to come in front of distinguished people, even from different countries, from different tradition, from different culture. It's really hard to start right away after lunch, but I love this time frame to give presentation because even my presentation is not nice, nobody will care that much. It's just right after lunch. So, just starting to promote my country and how my country can offer peace and harmony to the world. Just I want to take back like 8 years ago when I just started my non-profit with the help of UNESCO and with the principles of UNESCO that I've learned, and on the road I met Darrell and how we did some of the forums like Peace Ambassadors, Looking Beyond Disaster, and especially we involve youth. And I will always thank you for UNESCO for providing the Youth Peace Ambassador title, which will be with me throughout my life. And that's all started because my country is interesting, and I think most of us has been there and seen the beauty of the country. So 2020, my country, they are celebrating Visit Nepal 2020 because we had a lot of things during, I think, past few decades. We have civil war, we have earthquake, we are still having some problems with new political system, new people coming to the government and helping the socioeconomic welfare of the country. Despite of that, we have few things that we can promote to the world, and I think we are a very unique country because we have more than 120 languages spoken in our country, and in a distance of 10 kilometers or 10 kilometers, we have different languages. So we are that unique, despite of having only 30 million population. So I think the first thing I want to promote about my country is Buddhism, because Gautam Buddha, who born in our country, was itself a gift for us, and I think the nature has chosen Lumbini to be the place where he was born itself is a gift for us, and I think that's how our country is represented throughout the world as a peace-loving country. And also our country has proven. The next thing is Hinduism. Despite of Buddha and his influence, 80% of the country is still Hindu. I am also a Hindu, but I don't follow any religion. I follow myself. I follow my dream. So, but still I have that gene from Hinduism that keeps on restricting me for something like eating beef or sometimes eating pork. But I love bacon. And our culture, our tradition, our rituals are very different. Even though we follow Hinduism, we have different practices of our culture, and which is similar to India, but we also have some distinct flavor in our culture. The next thing is Himalayas, because out of 10, we have 8 highest peaks of the world, and the top one, Mount Everest. And I think our country has all 3 demographic regions, like geographical structures. Like we have plain land, which is called Tarai. We have hills, which America they call it mountains. Like the hills, like the mountains we see, like a place like Big Bear and thing, we call them hills. So here they call it mountains. So we have mountains, which is always covered with snow. That is Himalayas. So these 3 distinct things makes my country unique in the world, and despite of 1,000 kilometers east or west, that's where our country is. We have 3 different geographical structures. So that's why my country is unique in that sense as well. So I have a small video about It's also in the YouTube, and can we play the video?
I don't know. If I don't have a file, it won't be connected. It's not connected to the internet. It's working?
Yeah, it's working. Where's the sound? That's a variety. That's a flat. That's a poker. Like hilly area. And that's the mountain. So now we are promoting Nepal as the 8th wonder. That's a wonder, it's 8th wonder country. We promote it like that. There are 7 wonders in the world, we are the 8th wonder. So why I have chosen this video is because it gives the all reflection from sunshine to sunset, and we have all those distinct flavor that a country need to have from having a different culture or celebrating different culture, and on the other hand also have a unity in diversity. So that's what our country more reflect, and I think this will be an example for a newer country that has come. So why this time visit Nepal 2020? Why not before than that or after this? Because this is the perfect time in our country, because we have a new constitution after we threw our monarchy, which was prevailed in our country for 100 years, and we also have a long civil war for more than a decade. Our country was slowly going under under the pressure of our lenders or the people who funded us or gave us loan to develop our infrastructures. We were having a very difficult time to pay them back because of our country's at that time current situation. But now our country has the people have chosen their leaders, and there is no civil war, and the country is slowly progressing. And I think tourism is the best way for our country to earn foreign currency or the love of foreign people, because I think our country can sell only two things in my opinion. One is tourism, the other one is hydropower, because we are the second largest in hydroelectricity if we have to build one. So still government is trying on that, and the main thing I saw is tourism, because tourism is a pure form of getting respect, earning money, and exchanging of ideas. So the next thing is tourism is the backbone of our future, because the population of youth in every country is increasing day by day, and we are targeting the youth population because we need people to stay in our country for a longer period of time so that we can sustain our tourism. So that's why we are creating new ways of inviting people. Like you have seen the adventure sports, which is slowly growing in the western part of the world. The adventure sports like skiing or mountain climbing or bungee jumping or zip line, or what are the new adventure sports are trending nowadays. The government is trying to build one in different places in our country. So it's easier for us to show what we have rather than to create. So we already have that nature given infrastructures, like we don't have to make the artificial bungee jumping place because we have so many hills that we can create the bungee jumping spot only with the help of bridge, let's say. Because I have seen many countries has to build huge infrastructure for bungee jumping, but for us, we only need a bridge and then all the other equipment for bungee jumping, because we have that place where we can do it. And also we have the new trekking spots. The government is identifying new trekking spots. Like previously it was only Annapurna and only Everest, but now the trekking spots has opened to, I think there are more 40 or 45 trekking spots have been identified now. So the village has started homestay and tree housing that we have seen in the video. So I think that creates an opportunity for all the people who are living in the villages as well to earn or to develop their socio-economic factors. And I think that's the quickest way and that's the easiest way for a country to success. And that's why today I presented this slide, because number of reasons we have, but the main reason is the country is slowly changing from its previous state. So the slogan that we are using nowadays is not only the Nepalis or they wonder, but people who have been Nepal already is not, once is not enough. So that's how I want to conclude. Thank you.
Thank you, Rimesh. Any comments or questions about Nepalese bioethics? Kala.
Yes.
I have a couple of questions because I spent so much time with you. So, Kachanjunga is open now to walk?
Yes.
I walked Kachanjunga, got lost on the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
8 days I was wandering in the jungle and ended up being carried back, and it was a really amazing story, but it was fun. Yeah, it's beautiful. We go from village to village. Amma, Malay, Sudlu, Kana, Titra, just Rupia.
Yeah.
Can you stay for a night? Yeah.
Now 10 rupiah increases to 1,000 rupees.
Yes.
1,000 rupees means although she's selling that.
Long time ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Now it's a bit expensive, but not that much.
Also, in many of these places and the schools where I go, I was the first white person they ever saw.
Oh wow.
Because this trail wasn't open, and I would go in school, the teacher would bring all of the children outside and we would sing and dance for the afternoon. It was really wonderful.
Yeah.
People are so beautiful.
Yeah, I think tourism is the only key way that we can open the boundaries of the world. And to bring one culture to other, I think tourism plays an important role. And
The political question that I have, it's wonderful now to see what the development in democracy, and I know so many stages it's going to. I'm just curious, it's just my curiosity, because I know that the royalty, he was one of the richest men in the world with all the money in Switzerland, I believe. And I'm just wondering, did any of that, from the tourist money, did any of that come back to the development for Nepal?
you mean the
Maybe you don't.
yeah, maybe the monarchy which was there, they're still there, but we don't know what assets they have, or the government is only trying to make all the assets, the assets from the previous king, they are all now public assets now.
That's good. It's really.
So the only, because the king, the former king, he was also a businessman. So he only has the assets what he used to have as a businessman. So the assets what he has to have as a king is now public. Even the palace in Kathmandu is now a museum. So we can go there, we can see how king used to live and all that stuff. And even some part of that, the incident happened in the royal palace, we can see.
It's wonderful. All the gurukshas and the whole cycle I would see there.
Yeah, so the only focus now from the government or even from other sectors is how we can longer the stay of our tourists. How we can keep our tourists for a longer period of time by starting a new avenue of the tourism. So that's what the thing was now.
Congratulations.
Any other comments or questions?
Yeah, hope,
So I think this role of intercultural dialogue, tourism is a way which breaks down barriers, and it's very critical.
Can you walk over from the west, over where Kachandula is now?
West means
West of Nepal, over the mountain, where the Nepalis go when they want to go to Khanal.
Vedas. I don't think so. Because it's really difficult because it has not been developed. So we need to go to China and then Lhasa. There's a way.
There's a place where you can basically you can take a helicopter and get to Kailas.
But we can't walk.
We walked.
You walk through the western Nepal.
We walked from in the west. I went to
There's
the
a way too. Yeah.
You go up into the mountains above the clouds, and then you walk down into the.
Yes,
There's
that's
a
what
little
it is.
village there. Yeah, we did that.
That's a name. I forgot the name of the place, but yeah, you can do that. There's a trail there that can lead to Kailas.
Yeah, I did. But many Nepalis go there for salt. They walk over there.
Oh, now it's. I think now they start going to seek the. You mean the mineral, the salt?
Yeah, we would walk.
Yeah,
over to
I think
Khanal.
nowadays they stop because it was. Now they can easily get. At the time, it was really difficult to get the salt because there was no connection between the government and the transportation was not there. But now everybody go and buy from the market.
Yeah.
I mean, the provision of salt is now from southern border, like
Yeah.
India and other places.
They also went to Thailand.
Yeah, and then the salt, in the old days, the gold and salt used to come from Tibet and China to south. So the main trading partner was China. South and the trading partner is so many other countries. It has become international. So, and the salt is in particular is it's not just only white salt that we see. It's also brown salt that I forget the name of that.
They call it Himalayan salt.
Himalayan salt. So Himalayan salt has so much of herbal benefits other than this normal salt.
Yeah.
So they used to come from that.
Yeah, and it has been in the news that Mustan, the place that you were sharing, it has the most uranium possibility. So they are working on it.
But Nepal is a member of nuclear-free nations.
I know, but
So
we have the mineral. What can we do?
just build a bomb.
But I think you can work on peaceful purpose, right?
Yeah, just peace.
Yeah, we don't want bomb.
Nuclear bombs for peace. Yeah, there you go.
No.
Mutually assured destruction.
We don't want bomb of any sort. No bomb.
Suma, please.
Are there cultural aspects of whatever you practice in Nepal being taught in schools in Nepal itself?
Well, the culture, it comes from home. So in school, you only get the formal education. So the culture is from home.
I think in the long run, it would be good to put it in school because things are changing with internet and everything. So if it is in the school curriculum, it's survive for long years.
Yeah, mostly our culture comes from home. And I think it's not about Nepal, but slowly we are getting in touch with the information technology and we are slowly forgetting our culture. And that's why I think this kind of project like announcing Visit Nepal 2020 or all the initiative will help like me, like I'm coming here and speaking about my country is all because of the policies and the practice that my government or my people are doing back home. So that I can come here and speak and visit my country and things like that. So I think we need to at least have this kind of practices going on. So I can learn more about my country. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Let's go to Nepal.